Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Gaming here, back to the video. Hope you all are doing well. In today's episode, we're going to be continuing our St. Louis expansion here. Just to catch you up, we are on episode 3 now, so we'll quickly tab over and we can kind of highlight what we've done so far. So, again, if you're new to the series, we decided to start with this specific section here of St. Louis, kind of right, somewhat in here, because this is an this is industrial, this is residential, and this is commercial. So we kind of got that overlap happening, which is very nice. And we also had to incorporate this interstate here. So our interstate before, you kind of see some old chunks of it here. Our interstate used to run kind of through the left-hand side of the city all the way, and it connected here. So just kind of a straight path through here. So we recently, last video, restructured our highway to where now it runs a little bit more realistic to this Interstate 70 here. So this episode, I'm not really sure. I know last video I said I would research how to get rid of some of this noise pollution. I'm not really sure how to do that, to be honest, still. So what I'll probably end up doing is just dezoning this video and adding some sort of a buffer here. Not sure what. Maybe commercial or something, but we'll just have to see. We're still happy with this highway, I think. And I think for this video, let's just finish out these zones. We purchased all this land down here to get our highway connected, and we've not done anything with it. So I'd like to fill this area out here. We'll probably go into some more industrial and continue this highway down. Let's take a quick look at our money. You can see that we are finally making money. For the majority of this video, we've been losing money, or this series, we've been losing money. So we do have that kind of somewhat worked out as well. So you see right now we do have a decent demand for low density residential. So our town is wanting to grow. So let's let it grow. So let's come in here and take a look. So we have this highway kind of running here. So we have our interstate and then this highway kind of running sort of south eastish, and we do have a similar highway that's kind of mimicking that right here, but it's not really running the right way. It's really running parallel to this. So let me just look at this for another minute here. Gotta make sure I've got my bearings right. So I think what we'll probably do, we also have this large street here. And maybe that's actually what this is supposed to be. Yeah. So this street here is this street. And then we have a street kind of running almost the opposite direction. Like if you were to rotate it 90 degrees. Which I think was supposed to be this street. But yeah. Anyways, we'll just continue to zone this out. We might actually remove this street at some point. I'm not really sure. We'll just kind of see. But let's go ahead and start zoning up here on the north-hand side. And let's go off of our street here. So I'm going to continue this street. We'll probably end up deleting this street because I don't think that this street is very realistic, to be honest. Even though it's really good for our traffic, it's not really running the right direction. So we'll try to address that this video as well. So let's go here and put a street in. It's a lot of talking. We'll run this 4-lane road. Probably something like this. Oh, so this road actually splits off into 2 different streets. So that's probably what we'll end up doing, is splitting this off into 2 separate small roads. We'll call them 2-laners. And one that goes north. Actually, this is a 4-lane road as well. So yeah, let's build this. This will be good. This will be a good foundation. Let's build that. So let's take our road here and go to the left a little. Something like so. No, that was too much. It actually bends more realistically like this. And let's just kind of pause the game really quick because people get really mad when we delete this road. And we'll try to link back up to the interstate here in a minute. But this street continues into a roundabout. It's probably something like so. And let's put in a small roundabout there. And then we have a four-lane street that comes off of this, which is what we were trying to do here. But it's not exactly right. So let's continue it. How does that? It kind of runs almost like a 45-degree angle, almost more like this. Man, dude, look, we're going to have to put this road in over all these houses. I think it's realistic enough, this current street that we have here. Let's do this. Let's just move the roundabout up here. And then this street continues this way, so we can just keep this. And let's put the roundabout here. And then let's delete the roundabout we just did. Yeah, again, not perfect, but close enough. So from that roundabout, looks like we have a two-lane street that kind of runs this way. And that does link up with our... Looks like there's a bridge that goes across and then an on-ramp here. So let's try to build that out. Almost runs just like completely horizontal, almost like this. Yeah, it kind of runs like this. And then this is a higher elevation, so we go over the interstate. I'm gonna have to delete some of this. So something like this, I believe. Then yeah, then we go into our, is that a, yeah, it's still a 2-lane. No, it's not. This is a 4-lane. Dadgummit. Let's try this again. So this opens up to a 4-lane road. And then it goes directly, it splits off directly into like 3 2-lane roads. What is this, by the way? This is a one-way from the industrial area coming in diagonally. So let's build that. And it looks like it, yeah, it links right up at that intersection. Okay, this is saying exceed city limits. Gosh, freaking dang it. So can I not put this in? There we go.
buddy, those sure are nice shoes.
Thanks, they're Wofford's.
Yeah, we're just not going to get enough
Fine stitching.
clearance to be able to do this, it looks like. We're going to have to buy this zone.
Beautiful leather.
Soft and strong.
I guess we'll do it.
Great on you.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, wait, where are you going with my shoes?
Let's go ahead and buy that.
They sure are.
And then now we should be able to put this in.
Now entering Fit Digital Games. Prepare for sensory overload.
Boom. No, gosh dang it. We didn't do elevation. We gotta elevate it.
Digital! Then come on down to Thick Digital and we'll hook you up to adrenaline overdrive. You won't be able to take much more of this, sir. Then hit them with everything we've got. Digital! Thick Digital! It's all out war!
Dang, it still doesn't like this, man. It's a very annoying little pattern we got going on here. Let's try to go from this. There we go. Wow, that was a pain in the butt. And then this looks like another one-way that comes off the interstate and links up. So this will be an off-ramp, basically. 2-lane one-way. And then how do people get onto the interstate right here? So there is a, I believe this is just a 2-lane, the 2-lane one-way? Looks like a 2-lane one-way this way as well. Just going the opposite direction. Okay. We have another street here already. But this does not look like a one-way, because if you look at the direction of these vehicles, so at some point this goes from one-way to a normal road. So let's just assume that point is right here. So we're going to run it this way. Let's just do that now as a placeholder. I know it's probably not going to sync up with our bridge, but... Oh, okay, never mind. That did work. And then I want to look at this intersection here. So it intersects here. So let's see if we can take our bridge. See, I figured it would be too steep. So let's delete this. Man, I don't like this. Let's try this. Maybe now from here we can start going down in elevation. That'll give us a little bit more room to work with. So right here is where it's going to have to be. So not the best, unless, hold on. Here's what we're going to do. Take this one way to here. then to here? Is that how this works? And then it continues on to the on-ramp onto the interstate. Looky there, boys. We've done it. Wow, that was a nightmare to work with. Okay, then I think off of this just comes like some 2-lane roads. It's a normal street. Yes. It just kind of runs this way. Actually, that's way too big of a road. I think this is an alley that runs off. Yeah, these are definitely alleys that run off. Cool. We'll just leave it at that for now. That was a nightmare. And then, yeah, we wanted to work on one more thing. Is this on-ramp. So technically, this street's not correct. Technically, the street is it's a one-way. Just like this. But then it has... looks like a 1-lane on-ramp, but maybe that's 2? No, that's definitely 1, isn't it? Oh, bro, we messed up. This is all 2-lane, and I put in a 1-lane. Okay, that's why I was confused. That's fine, though. We'll just replace all that, and then that goes to 1 lane. That goes to 2, and then this goes to 1. Beautiful. Okay, and then we can start finally zoning some residential here. Again, I don't know if this is all one-ways or not. It doesn't look like it. It looks like the one-way ends up here somewhere, so let's just say it ended right there. We're not going to get that picky with it. And it looks like these roads kind of run... Let's go ahead and put in alleys. They just kind of run like this. There's a bunch of them, so we'll just do what we can do here. And then these alleys link up to our main road right here. And then I believe that they just kind of continue to run. And they do eventually link up to this road here that we built with the roundabout. So yeah, perfect. So let's finish that road. 4-laner, boom, boom, boom. Not the straightest roads, but we'll take it. Okay, let's put in some housing here. We'll get the game going again. Looks like these houses are filling up pretty quick. Very nice. Okay, we don't have road access. What happened? Oh, do we have to delete these? Yeah. They just have to be rebuilt. Sorry, people. Nice. Okay, so that solved that. We decided to leave this street here. Although I do want to delete that, and we'll just put in a normal alley. And then we can fill that dead space. A couple more houses. Check out our money. Okay, so we're back up to about 90, even though we bought this $10,000 a month space. See if people are actually using this. It looks like they are. We'll probably have to dezone this now that I think about it because it's so close to the interstate, but let's do that next. Let's dezone here. And I don't know what we're going to do with this yet. Oops. But these people have complained too much, so they lose their homes. Accidentally deleted a road there. We'll have to put that back. And then, how do you dezone again? Yeah, you just right click. Dezone all the things. And let's get our alley back. And then we're dezoned up here too, right? So this could be like a good spot for some sort of public services. I don't really know. Oh, we have no crematorium. I guess I don't know if we necessarily need that. We'll throw one in. $22,000 a month. Jeez. We can't fit it anyways. Just kind of throw it in right there, I guess. All right, let's unpause. We'll fill this with something. It could be parks or something. Let's go back to our map, kind of zoom out a little.
Hey, buddy, those sure are nice shoes.
Thanks, they're Wofford's.
So I think we've done like up to here-ish.
Come off, let me see.
Well, all right.
Beautiful.
I would like to zone in some of this industrial, but there's no demand for it. So I didn't think about that.
Look great on you.
Like, what happens if you just don't have demand for a certain zone that you have to build?
Wofford's. They sure are.
But,
nice
we'll
shoes.
figure it out. Still really no big demands. Let's just speed up the game.
Good example for your followers? Are you on a journey to find fresh?
Okay, we do have more residential being asked for. So we'll probably just continue up to our borders up here. Let's take a look at that. So there's no big streets left until up here. So let's just alley this out. Just whatever we have will just be alleys. I don't love this. Let's do this, I guess. I guess we're just going to stagger our alleys here. Like this alley's not lining up with this one, etc. And then, yeah, these have all sorts of different, like, crossing points. So we'll just stair step it, I guess. Nice. Put that in there. Okay, not too bad. More zoning. Okay, people are complaining about crime. Let's take a quick look at that. Crime probability is higher here. So I'm not sure how to read this. Does the orange mean... I mean, the green road means we have police. I think we're okay there. Okay, so these people are also complaining about noise, so let's take those out. Okay. Probably hurt our money a little bit, but I mean, we're still losing money. We're making money per month, but we're spending it so fast. All right, let's see if some of these houses are going up. It looks like they are. Not getting any new big notifications, so we'll just let this ride out and make a little money. Man, dude, look at these people. Okay, all of these are going. All... Dang, we're gonna have to delete a lot of stuff. Oh, so what was happening is these houses were blocking the noise.
Increasing areas of fort engulfed by flames.
How do you skip?
Dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised. Businesses near the fires and remain at a safe.
Oh, we're gonna have to do something about this?
Services managed to get the fires under control.
I don't know, boys. You might be in trouble. A whole city burned down if that gets to us. Just leave it for now, I guess. Yeah, these houses were blocking the sound for these from the highway. Let's try to put in, let's do this. Would a park or something help that? Oh, large parks. I think this is probably what we're after. I didn't even think about putting these in. Look how red everything is. We'll just put a few in just kind of randomly throughout. Not going to put one in the industrial area, I don't think. I was reading that trees do block sound, but We need like a bunch of them. And I don't know. Exactly how many of these you need to make a difference. That's interesting. Because okay, let's go back to St. Louis and see how it is in real life. There are literally houses right here, right off the interstate. So regardless if these people are complaining or not, that's how it is in the game. I guess we just put it back, man. I hate to do this, but I really don't know what else to do. That's how it is. That's how it is in what we're trying to build here. So maybe there's something that we could do. If anybody has any ideas about what we could do on the noise pollution here, please let me know. Okay, how big is our city? 5,000 people. I feel like it should be bigger than that. So we're calling for... Actually, you know what? This is probably a pretty good spot to end the video. This would be considered episode 3. I'm going to make them a little bit shorter. There'll be more episodes. Just so that I can upload a little bit more consistently. Because I don't always have an hour block of time to sit down and do this. But I have more 30-minute blocks of time. So, yeah, we're going to end it here. Again, quick recap. We put in a street here. We basically made this entire neighborhood. And we did a somewhat realistic bridge here, very similar to, you know, kind of how it looked here in St. Louis. These two little bridges here with a couple one-ways all linking up to the interstate, and essentially just linking this industrial section to this residential section we just built. We tried again to tackle the noise pollution. We miserably failed. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. And then we decided to keep this highway as well. It's not exactly as realistic as I had hoped for. Let's see if I think we're mimicking this one here. It's not bad. It's really not bad. But it's just not exactly what I wanted it to be. So, yeah, anyways, when we come back, you can see we still have a huge demand for residential. And there's not much more residential to zone. This is all commercial. So we might fill in like a little bit of residential here. But it looks like to me our city is wanting to expand this way now. Just based off the demands. So when we come back, we'll probably buy a couple tiles out here and just try to expand on residential. And then this will backfill as we put in more housing. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.